Moose is in the house. Moose is in the house. Watch out. Watch out. Here's Moosey.
Hey, what's good, everyone? How are you doing? Hope you're doing fantastic. I'm doing okay. I forgot to shave my neck. Not so much that I forgot as much as I just did not have time. That's okay, though. What are you going to do? You guys are going to yell at me? You're not going to yell at me. I've seen some of your beards. It's whatever. Hope everyone's doing fantastic. I'm doing okay. Thanks for asking, as per usual. Thank you to Fake Life and Zephyr. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Very kind of you. Riding. Beard had boxing today? It did. It did. So did my hair, and that's why my hair got cut. It was not living up to it. Today was kind of a busy day for me, even though I did not have work today. I did boxing. I went and got my hair cut immediately after. I came home and had stuff to do. But I did not get to work on video stuff as much as I wanted to, which is unfortunate. Though I still think if I like really grind out, I can get the next Rancher Rundown done in time for the end of the month. Because that is what, the 31st? 31st is Thursday. I'm leaving on Friday. I got 3 days to get it done at this point. I can do that. That's easy. And, you know, it is fitting because we're doing the next Rancher Rundown on the Speedrun Monster. You heard it here first, folks. We're doing the Speedrun Monster. Next, we're doing Kato. Pretty fun video. I got the script all written up. I just need to record and do all the video aspect of it, which I don't work until... Fuck, I don't work... My next day of work is the 8th. So I have some time off. New lady was new, not confident enough to trim your beard? Oh, no. I spilled one of these on the floor the other day, and it is the most heinous color. Like, to the point where I'm just like, I feel like it's like forbidden knowledge. You shouldn't know the color of, like, the energy drink you're drinking. They put that shit in a solid can for a reason. We as humans are not meant to know. You know? Yeah, what the hell is that about? It's just gross. Anyway, hope you guys are excited. Most ones you drink are clear. I mean, I couldn't tell you. I mean, I can now, but I couldn't before. Couldn't before yesterday. It's good, though. It's good for a zero sugar. Can't be too stressed about it. Okay, we got some Monster Rancher today. Hope you guys enjoyed your time away from the Monster Rancher. There's a lot of other events happening while I was gone. We had some weight stuff. We had some Specialist League. We had some UKMR. A lot of cool things happening. The scene is not just me. Other people play this game too. Why is it so quiet? Oh, it's so quiet because I had to change some stuff for the He's Coming. Okay. Oh, I hope this isn't too loud. Oh, it's like perfect. Look at that. Nailed it. Almost as if I've done this before. I played Monster Rancher 2 in a minute. Somehow I've been primarily becoming a UKMR player. Yukon video really made me want to build a beetle. Yeah, making it might be a smidge quiet. This video or this song is loud, so maybe. Okay, so this isn't actually controlling it. It's just for me. Yeah, we're not, I don't really trust you guys too much when you say something's a little bit too quiet. It ends up being unbelievably loud when I check it back later. We're not letting it get any louder than that, and this is like the loudest song in the game, so. Okay, so who do I have fighting tonight? I have Manila Prancha, which I think is on file 3. We learned that last time. Music is just right, or maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't. We'll never know. I'm getting some crackling. One sec. Yeah, I'm getting static. What's that about? Hold on. Okay, that's way worse. There we go. So that should have fixed that. I don't know why that was happening. Check my settings. Okay, so my microphone is fine now. Let's get the game up and running again. Still fucking... It's crackling. I don't know what's up with this. You know what it is? Here, let me see if I can fix it. It's gonna drive me insane if I don't fix it now, so, you know, we're just dealing with it. Okay. It's just the virtual audio cable I'm using. Okay, so I can hear it now. It's working for me. Okay, so if... Sorry, trying to do like, troubleshooting on the fly is always a pain in the ass. What is this? Properties here. Game. Ah, okay. There we go. Anyway, problem fixed. A lot of routing going on my side just to make this like functional. So anyway, you can get this on your phone. Yeah, so they released this version of the game on iOS, which came out in 2021. If you don't have an Apple phone, you're stuck with emulating, and I've never emulated PS1 on Android, but I'm sure you could figure it out. Okay, so yeah, exclamation mark bracket. I got Mana La Prancha, hell yeah. I guessed right. Okay, that's all done. That's out of the way. So, a couple of things we got to talk about while we're getting started here. I'm going to get the first match set up, and then we'll go from there. 32 Mons, yeah. So, A&E and Cool Runnings up first. As you guys may or may not know, Germa is holding a Monster Rancher tournament. And he's invited a bunch of his friends to play. I was not invited. Not because of any particular reason, just because I'm simply not one of his friends. So many people in his chat were like, yo, you should let Moosebones play. And it's like, that's super embarrassing, man. He wants to have a fun thing with his friends. I guess some people in chat don't know what that's like. I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm not involved at all. That's totally fine. But prediction is live for this, by the way. Bet on who you think is going to win. Get some channel points. We do have permission to restream it. So while it's happening, we're just going to do a watch along on this stream here. You can watch it over there if you want. If you want to hang out with the 10,000 people he's going to have in chat, or if you want to hang out here with the 50 or whatever we're going to have and chill. Am I doing those plasma shots? What are you talking about? Andre, I know you said it's on iOS. I wasn't sure if it's on Android. You're going to check out. It's not on Android, unfortunately. But, I mean, you can always get an emulator. There's a lot of, like, PS1 emulators and stuff. You just can't play this version of the game. Which is, like, the remaster that came out. Excited to see how popular German's going to make tournaments competition. He's not. And it's not for any lack of trying on his part. It's just people simply don't care about this game, and that's okay. The people who do care about this game care a lot about this game, and I prefer it that way, if I'm going to be honest. Us being a very small insular community has a ton of advantages. One, if you think about like how obnoxious a scene like Pokemon is or whatever, we simply don't have to deal with that because we don't have to deal with that many people. When there's more people, invariably you're going to have people who are like, you know, a pain in the ass to deal with. And right now there's only a couple of you fuckers are a pain in the ass to deal with. Most of you are fine. But also, the problem... Okay, again, Spike style is pretty good. 2 up, 2 down, as it were. The problem, or sorry, with Germa's tournament, so we're going to be watching it, and the issue is that he was supposed to be doing it tonight, and then it got pushed back so, you know, his friends could have more time to play, and that's totally understandable, because one, his friends are, like, doing him a favor by playing the game, and I've been in his position where, like, trying to get friends to play this game is like pulling teeth. It's okay if people don't like the games you play, and it's a very hard lesson to learn, because you're like, I just love this, and I think other people would love it too, and I just want to share it with other people. And it can be very frustrating when they don't give a shit, or you can tell they're just like placating you. And it's not any fault on their side either. It's just you like what you like, and you have only so many hours in the day. But because his friends did not get their monsters done in time, he is giving them till Wednesday to get it done. Prediction is live. So tournament's happening on Wednesday, which is the worst possible fucking day of the week for me because I have sparring on Wednesday. And as much as I love Monster Rancher, as much as I love Germa, I'm not going to give up a night of sparring just to stream it. So my hope is he does not start till I'm home. It kind of seems like he starts streaming around the times I start streaming, around 8 p.m. Eastern. This is match 4? What are you talking about? It doesn't matter, man. It's Swiss. We're just doing stuff. Okay, Spanakopita with most of the bets. Love this game. I saw Monster Hunter as a child. German streaming and brought it back to my mind. Played VGC and Pokemon. Now I'm gonna play it so bad. Hell yeah. So like the thing is, I'm happy he's streaming it. I don't think 10,000 people watching the stream is gonna be a meaningful boost to the scene. I think you're gonna get maybe 100 people, maybe 200 people who like check out Legend Cup, maybe 1,000 people who check out Legend Cup, and maybe 1% of those people decide to like start playing the game. And that's great. That's fine. But, you know, it is what it is. It's not going to be some like second coming for the game. Think about when DX first dropped. That was the biggest influx of people we had. I was getting about 200 viewers a stream on like the good days, and then you know, he was streaming it for 10,000 people. A lot of like big streamers were streaming it to 10,000 people, and it's just, you know, it died off really quick because it's not these people's favorite game. They didn't grow up with it. It jumps to 200 people hitting the site when German mentioned it. I mean, that's about all you could hope for, really. 200 people, 10,000, 2%? Yeah. 2% of people literally went out of their way to check out the website. That's pretty cool. I didn't really see too much of a spike. I have seen some people like subbing or like following like in a slightly increased number, but that could also just be coinciding with the Beacon video. Threadripper and Soda Popinski. When Dex dropped, I think is when I first started watching streams. When I came back to Monster Hunter community, hell yeah. Started with Ultra Kaiju? Damn. That's cool though. Okay, Borbid Torpor. Borbid Torpor. Yeah, we got a Beacon. That's right, I forgot about Borbid. Forgot about Dre. Okay, prediction is live. So you can bet on which one you want. So if you haven't been watching Jerma's streams or Vinny's streams, or I don't know who else is in it. Is it Kraken is in it? I don't remember who else. There's a couple of people who like I literally have never heard of. Like that's the thing about streaming and just this sort of age we live in when it comes to fame and like celebrity, is that there are all these people out there who like stream to 10,000 people who have millions of subs, and most people, like the vast majority of people, will have never heard of them. They've got like a really like solid fan base who loves them, but most people haven't heard of them. Like you think of someone like Donkey or whatever, right? 99% of the population has no fucking idea who Donkey is. But he's like, you know, one of the biggest video game YouTubers of all time. And I mean, if you don't include the 1,000 Minecraft YouTubers. Okay, 54% on Borbid Torpor. Big bets. They're supposed to fight Soda Popinski? Is he? Yeah, okay, so this isn't real. Alright. I wasted my time. And yours, so it's okay. That wasn't the right fight. Thank you, Potato. None of your money on the Beetle? Hell yeah. You got nothing but time? This man's doing time. Shama time. And the 11th season. Soda pop. We're the Pepsi generation, baby. Okay, delete this. Real prediction this time. Who do you think has got it? The big bottle of brandy or, you know, the Naga? Boo! Naga. Derogatory. But anyway, yeah, so I was saying, all of his friends are playing. He's the only one who's, like, really played. Kraken's played a little bit before, but, like, even Germa at, like, peak, like, Monster Rancher fan is playing, like, ultra casually, right? So we're going to watch the tournament. We're going to take a look at the monsters. I think the only rule is they have 2 years to raise a monster. I am going to raise a monster to compete with them. But it wouldn't be fair to just raise a monster, like, because, you know, shit gets uploaded and I can just, like, check the monsters and then fight them myself afterwards. It wouldn't be fair to just be like, oh, I'm going to use every trick in the book to raise a monster in 2 years. I think it might make it for a good video to do that. But to even the playing field, I am going to have a stream later this week, probably Thursday. Also, everybody likes Soda Popinski. Probably Thursday night. Holy shit. Where I will be raising a monster blindfolded. And then that will be the monster I fight the Germa Mons with. Spend 2 years, raise a monster without looking at the screen. And we'll see what happens. Monster will be blindfolded? Sure. I heard it was a 2-year only rule. I couldn't imagine one of our tryhards being part of that. I mean, that's enough to, like, literally, like, get max stats almost. Alright. Soda Pumpinski hits the 2 big moves. That's all you need. Liquid and Borbidorp are up next. I still have to upload the blindfolded golem run. That's almost 2 years old now. That's crazy. Prediction is live. It's not like there's like a expiration date on it. Just whenever I get it done, I can get it done. But I kind of don't want to watch 8 hours of footage, 8+ hours of footage. But it'll happen. I got the footage at least. Also, I wanted to have a new Nuzlocke out today, but I didn't get any time to work on it this weekend. And then today, you know, I was busy with other stuff. So I think Nuzlocke will probably return after I put out the keto video. And then after that, yeah, we'll be back to a regular scheduled programming. 85% on Borbidorper. Got him with the Horn Smash. He's vigorous. Look at that. Long Punch doing big damage. Almost as if I said something about Horn Smash being a really bad opener. Oh, this is rough. He's got power. Jumping chop. He smoked him. 999 damage. He's got the grit, though. Grit and 99% chance to hit. Next hit wins. He's gonna land it. Borbidorper with the grit comeback. Look at that. Got pushed later this week? Yeah, Wednesday is what everyone is saying. I haven't been, like, watching all of his streams or anything like that. I find it, like, I don't know how you guys do it, man, because I don't watch a lot of streams. For something like this where it's like an event, I get it. But like I can't watch streams, man. Maybe if I'm like, I don't know, at the gym or something, if I'm like on the exercise bike. But it's videos for me. I'd be watching videos, not live streams. I'll watch the VODs. Let me skip through the chav, you know? Bad at stream watching? Damn. They're calling it the least important thing to be good at? Liquid gonna take that one. Very close set, though. Midori and Jet Jaguar up next. Also, I don't know if you guys saw, I'm very excited to be doing more Monster Rancher streams. Because I've been talking about it, and my whole thing was, This is the story of a girl. Right? Yes. I'm pretty sure it's the gel. Let me just make sure it's the right one. My chat dropped out, but it looks like everything is still connected. Restream sucks so bad, man. I really do need to get my ass in gear and get some better infrastructure for streaming to 2 platforms at the same time. Midori. It is Shinganoni. Okay. And the other one is Jet Jaguar. Yeah, I don't know if you guys saw, but the mod with all the new monster types, like the new combos, is almost ready to go live. Archbishop Dave kind of...
Almost a year.
Hey, Mythic Coriam. Thank you, man. Giving Macho a shout out in his sub. Getting predictions live. Pretty hyped for that mod. Yeah, it was. It looks sick. I really like the Duck and Durahan. I wish I was better at like sprite work and stuff, because I would love to help out making maps and stuff. But it's not my strength. I got ideas. I can help, you know, help come up with stuff, but I certainly cannot actually do the art for it. Can't wait to watch people playing that mod. I just don't like modding my own files. I feel that. Wonder if you could help with that, dude. Let's brainstorm some shit. Because like he's not super what do you call it? He's not super precious about it. He's not like, this is my thing and I'm doing everything. It's literally just like, there is so much shit to do that, like, you know, I've done what I can, kind of. 98% on Jet Jaguar, eh? Worm Duckin'? That seems pretty easy to put together. You just get blocks of color. Ooh, the beam gun? The 23% beam gun? I guess it was a little bit higher than that. If cannon was at 23. Damn. Trying to roast his ass. Gaboo Jill, where it's just the Gaboo Jill wearing a wig. That's pretty good. What's the name of the mod in progress? Here, let me link to it right now. It's on Reddit. So he posted it, and he's like, it's live, and then he's like, wait a minute, the launcher for it doesn't work. Just called the More Monsters mod. Sick. Here. There you go. I always have fear with any balance changes. Lots of armchair game designers out there. Can't hate on the premise. No, yeah, so this is less a balance patch and more just like literally more monsters, because we already have a formula for mixed breeds. We already know what their stats would be because they follow a formula. It's 60% of the main breed monster's stats and life, and like, sorry, like it's 60% of the monster's lifespan and stats and stat gains and all that, plus 40% of the sub, and then you combine that, and that's how you get it. Am I entering 246? I was looking at it. It looks pretty cool. The 98% has it. Look at that. Zoom Hanger is so cute. That one's been done for like years at this point. What's his name made that? Mojo, like years ago. I think his was more complicated though. I think Mojo, he hasn't like spoken to anyone about it or anything, but they kind of just copied his design the best they could. But Mojo's was like very, very like impressive, especially for the time. This one's a little bit flatter in the colors, I think. The one I think that looks the best, I like a lot of them, but I think the one that looks the best is the Suezozilla. Mojo's had baked in shading, yeah. And I'm sure some of these will change over time too, right? It's just like if you've seen the monocolor Pandora one, no offense to anybody, that's not gonna stay as is. It's very funny though. But don't let perfect be the enemy of good and all that shit, you know? Get them made. Make the shit. I won't judge anybody. I won't judge any designs. But, you know, over time, it might be like, ah, you know what, we can't move with something better. But the Suezo Zilla looks sick. Like, that one is, like, good to go. And I think, prediction is loud, by the way, it looks as good as it does because it's literally part of Zilla's texture mapped onto Suezo. It wasn't done by hand, I don't think. If I had to guess, it literally is like copy and pasted, but it's like, it looks very good. I really like it. Also, welcome Metal Nurse subbreeds. Let's give everything a Metal Nurse subbreed. The monster who needs a Metal Nurse subbreed more than anything else is Arrowhead. Bajarl plant? I wish it wasn't so small. I can't really see what's going on with it. Bajarl feels like it would probably be one of the more difficult monsters to design for because when it's big and when it's small are like so different. Like on ranch versus in battle. 60% on Bonsai. Stripey Dragon from Monster Hunter 1? Apocalypse? Yeah. Zoom Hopper subs in general. Hopper subs, I mean... I kind of understand why they didn't go too hard with like Hopper subs because it's just like fur. But it's not like it's Gaboo, right? Gaboo subs are... That shit's difficult. Galley Metalner where its head is a UFO and the cave is partially transparent like a tractor beam would be so good. That's so sick. The problem is that they can't change, as far as I know, they can't change the, like the models at all. The closest thing they can do to changing the models is you can add transparency to whatever. So you can make a design where like Galley's cape is like frayed at the bottom and then add like an alpha layer and then like get rid of it. Because if you see there's some like work in progress stuff of Dragon where like the spines on his back had like a big like black rectangle on top, and it's because you know they make it as a big like as a bunch of triangles and then they make most of it black, and then they set that black to be transparent. It's called the alpha layer. Okay. The bottle brush, stripy tail, cute ears, and big eyes of Hopper would be fun on a lot of mains. I think so too. I think you could do a lot with him. Can you do partial transparency like with gel? Yeah, there's a zoom ghost right now. And this is one of the new mons. Stegosaurus and Hydroplex up next. Nighton Duckin? Okay, what would we do for Nighton Duckin? You know what's cool about, you know what would be so sick for Nighton Duckin? So, a thing that's interesting about monsters in this game is that, you know, you can't make, invalid versions. This has nothing to do with the mod. But, you know how I've shown invalid monsters where you can, like, get the texture map from, like, the wrong monster on, like, a different monster and whatever. You can't do that for any monster that has more than one model because the game doesn't know what the fuck to do. So, like, Golem, if you compare something like, Dow, which is, like, the Golem Bajarl, to New Bottle, to regular Golem, to Pressure, like, all of those Golems have very, very different models. Nighton, most of us thought, was the same way, because if you look at Arabian Nighton, I'm not saying the real name. If you look at Arabian Nighton versus regular Nighton has the like slim shell, and Arabian Nighton has the big Bajarl pot on it, right? Turns out that's not the case. It's just the pot is always there. It's just transparent on all other Nightons. So every Nighton has the shell and the pot, and just depending on the version, transparency is used really, really in like a tricky way. Kind of like how every mochi has wings and a horn, but then the horn and wings are like scrubbed out with transparency. Yeah, like Mana's wings and Fake Penguin's horn. So what could be cool for a Duckin Nighton would be to use Arabian Nighton as the base and make the pot like an egg holder, right? Like a little like egg cup, and then have a little chicken sticking out of it or something. I don't know. 90% on Stegosaurus. See, I got ideas. I'm an ideas guy. Which is to say I don't have any discernible skills, but I like yapping. Damn, beat his ass. Holy, what a combo. Shell a big ducking head? Make his body just the beak. Make his... Dude, that'd be so fucked up. Make his body just the beak. Oh my god. Just... Oh my god. Claw combo, big damage. You understand my vision? Hell yeah. Double claw combo? Oh my god, man. Dragon ducking? You know what's really funny? My favorite monster in Monster Rancher Advance is Clocker, which is Joker mixed with Duckin. And for no other reason than it's just a regular-ass Joker with the primary colors. It's just white with like red and blue and yellow. And it's just such a sick colorway, man. You can just paste that on anything. It's like Frank's Red Hot, you know? 2-1 for Stegosaurus. Bad Luck Duck and Kokoro up next. But I'm really excited to be playing that. I want to at least, you know, no offense to anybody out there, and anybody who's like, and especially no offense to anybody who's like putting effort into like making these monsters. But I want to have a say on what like some of the Nightons look like. You owe me that much, I think. Let me design some Nightons. The Mono Duckin, yeah, that one. It's just blocks. It's cool though. Also, there's plenty of people in the community who have like made combos already, right? We got like Cronius Nightmare, we got Detergent, we got these people who have like made like hundreds of combinations collectively. That, you know, we don't need to reinvent the wheel necessarily. We can just use their ideas if we're stuck on stuff, you know? And then Monster Farm Line. Monster Farm Line has a lot of really sick new ideas as well. I like what Prediction is Live. I like what they came up with for the Zilla Dragon. I really, really like what Monster Farm Line came up with for Zilla Dragon, though. Like the koi. Here, let me see. I don't even know if I could search for it. I literally don't know how I could search for it. Searching for this shows me a bunch of my own videos and thumbnails that I have made. So this doesn't help at all. Alright, whatever. Is there pics of all the new combinations from the mod? Yeah, it's on... I'll post it one more time. Yeah, the koi is so sick. 82% on Kokoro. Mock Golem. Be petrified. Monster Rancher 2 Duck Mew. Yeah. We can get everything. Sky's the limit. Okay. He's got Explosion. You gotta watch out for Explosion. Baku Hopper could resemble a fat Japanese raccoon dog. So, I think that's actually probably a pretty good theme for Hoppers, to make stuff kind of like Tanuki coded. Also, Power Comic, their Power Whip is insane. Holy shit. Yeah, sky's the limit, man. The problem is, you gotta make it. Which is my problem. Because not only do I not have the skill set for it, and this isn't like, oh, woe is me. You guys know me. If I'm, like, interested in something, I'm just gonna, like, learn how to do it. It's more so, I do not have the time necessary to, like, learn how to do it. It's not a, I'm bad now, so I'll be bad forever thing, as much as it is, I know I can't commit the time necessary to make something look good. I can certainly commit some time to make stuff look like dog ass, and then people could be like, you know, I like that idea. Let me make it look not stupid or whatever. Let's get some collaborative stuff going. Prediction is live. All back, wasn't there someone in Discord who swore up and down they had a Zilla Dragon and Monster Rancher 2 and back down? Yeah. That guy's gonna die. He's gonna shit himself to death. I've gotta fix this hot garbage. Me just, like, populating, like, 300 new monsters with, like awful, like, truly heinous doodles. And then people are like, we can't do this, man. Is there a chance for new question mark breeds? Yeah, I think there is code for, like, 5 for each monster, like, potentially. Color Pandora Mock that just likes one of those Tootsie Roll bars. Dude, what's his name? Is it Marimba from Monster Rancher 3? Here, let's take a look. Like, they've got us covered. There's already a lot of sick designs. Posted Zilla Dragon in general? Okay, let me take a look. Yeah, this is so cute. Misread Wild Saurian's name is Totino's. Totino's Pizza Boy. Okay, let me show you guys. This is the official Zilla Dragon. This isn't what the one in the Monster Hunter 2 mod looks like. Because, again, just like with the Suezo Zilla, I believe it just took a texture from Dragon and copied it. And it looks pretty good. Like, it does look good. But if you were to, like, design something from scratch, it's, like, obviously 100 times harder. But yeah, it's a big koi. It's really cool. Didn't even notice the wings? Yeah. It's got little wings. But yeah, I love this design, man. In Japan, there's a story where koi fish turns into a dragon that's more similar to the myth. Yeah, well, that's the whole Magikarp and Gyarados thing. Anyway, super cool. Okay. Here we go. What do we got on the bets? I didn't even take a look. 100%. Nobody likes Tornillos. All right. Figured that was the idea. Yeah, for sure. Phoenix Hanger and Hanger Tiger also go hard. Roommate's an Ocean Larry fan. He's beating this little Zoom's ass. He's beating his ass. Okay, we're going to game 3. Look at that. Crit combo. Hanger Tiger? Yeah. The Hanger Tiger looks sick. Oh, the body press. The big squishy body press. Oh, there's lore written on the cards. It's got to be bad, right? If they make it, it's got to be, like, awful. Just, like, barely literate. Like, this monster likes hot days. Or, like, whatever. Just, like, meaningless. Meaningless flavor text. Nightchabu and Froster Shock up next. This monster is a soup ingredient, yeah. Frost Ores. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Who are you liking? Who are you liking? Whoa. Write some gibberish and throw it in Google Translate like 17 times? That's actually very, very smart. They have lore in the entries? Are you talking about Monster Farm Line, or are you talking about what people have made for the mod? Shell Saurian, because the picture doesn't match at all? There's a couple like that. Line ones? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're talking about the mod. I do think what's going to happen is like what I said. There's going to be a lot of people who help, and we make a bunch of new monsters, and they kind of look a little bit crappy. And then over time, they get like updated slightly, better baked in shading, stuff like that, and then they end up looking super sick over a couple of years. 93% on Nightchabu. Damn. People don't like the dog. Symmetries like that would be fun for sure. The lightning? Oh my god. Crit lightning 30%. That blizzard miss. I wonder if that tiger OC I did. Great. Art fight, if she'd mind if we use the tiger Kato. Oh yeah, I saw that. I had to think about it, but I know what you're talking about. I mean, we don't need to. Like, if they don't want to do it, then it's not like we're at an impasse, but Here, I do want to say this, though. It's very exciting. We shouldn't, like, get ahead of ourselves with, like, how this is going to work, because, like, collectively, we're not working on the mod. I know who's working on the mod. There's, like, 3 people who are working on it right now, right? So, ideas are cool. But it's very easy to just, like, get burned out on scope before, and then, like, literally do nothing. Just be like, this is cool, this is cool, this is cool, I got an idea for this, I got an idea for this. And this is not... This is more for me than it is for you, but I'm just saying it. It's easy to just be like, oh, I got so many ideas, and then, you know... Nothing is more difficult than being tasked with doing 2 very, very easy things at the same time. Was that a 2-0? I thought that was 1-1. Kaboo loses, I don't know how I financially recover from this. That was 2-0. Rip. Well, you lost your chips. Dog, you voted for 1? It's very cool for you. Okay. We got Brad Warden V2 and Data Phantom. The return of Brad Warden. Original Brad Warden was in the very first DXBL. Or the first, excuse me. I think he was, but also in the first Deluxe Cup. Which predates the DXBL by quite a bit. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Centaur is like such an interesting design, right? They took a pretty basic Centaur like base, and then they're like, we're gonna give him a gigantic fucking weapon in a game where does any other than Raki, does any other monster have a weapon of any kind? I don't think so. And then they're like, also he is like an indescribable bird. Durhan, yes. Yeah, Durhan. And Joker, yeah, okay. Kato has pipe, I guess. Very, very, very few, though. But, like, the horse having a weapon is kind of interesting. But, like, what the fuck is the top half? It's like, people talking about how it's a bird. But it's not really a bird. It's not really a... I don't know what it is. You can't explain to me what it is. It's not a real thing. They made it up. Everybody likes horse, though. Just give me your Baku Kato update from last week. I didn't have to bother pulling up in stat order. I've had a much easier time. Foul wind? Hell yeah. Also, very, very funny comeback there. It's just a normal Centaur. We're just normal men. Now the roll assault? Oh, he did not like being stabbed, man. Holy, that is a... Okay, hold on. 4,000 chips on the Centaur. One person put 10 chips. Zephyr put 10 chips on his own monster, and he gets everything. Sometimes you just gotta bet on your own boy, you know? You gotta have that faith. iFlames and Mana Laprancha up next. I gotta fight a dragon? I don't even remember what my stat line is. Did I do... oh, I did just the fucker moves, right? Yeah. Hell yeah. I forgot I got 100 life. What a stupid build. I gotta upload this VOD, the Mana Laprancha build. Okay. Prediction is live. I totally forgot I made him like this. We trained him wrong as a joke. He's got slash combo. He's got Deathbringer. His opponent can't dodge. I don't know, man. It's got 999 skill, though. You love my awful son, thank you. I love him, too. I really didn't take this season very seriously. I was like, I'm gonna make the most goofy builds I can think of. I'm gonna enter a Kamui, but what if I gave it like 400 skill in middleweight? Oh my god. It's been fun. The only monster I've entered that I didn't make for it was 3 times Pimpy. At 80% on iFlames. Here we go. Slash combo opener. Crit will kill. Does no crit though. He's got anger. The bite hits. Fuck. Okay, so slash combo does that much. So Deathbringer is a guaranteed kill. Are you kidding? Okay, we grit. We're in there. This is what the fuck is wrong with my monsters, man? Slash combo. Yeah! 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 Okay. He woke up. This will be like 4 weeks in a row where I don't dodge anything. Okay, we got him. We got the Deathbringer. All right. We did it. If I was fighting a robot dragon, I would just lie down, especially if you're made out of wood. What if you had to fight a robo dragon, but God said woodman? Okay, a real tree and Stormtide up next. Trying to prove nature over technology, and he did. Like wooden bender. What's it? Stormtide. In a sea of stormtroopers, be a Stormtide. Dare to be a Stormtide. Prediction is live. Just girlythings.tumblr.com. Just whaleythings.tumblr.com. You know what? I thought about this the other day, and I gotta show you guys my favorite image on the entire internet. I'm sure like 90% of you have seen this. This will always be. This will always be my favorite. I don't think anything will ever come up that beats this. This is what the internet was like made for. This is what we peaked at, and now we're going downhill. We're super going downhill now, but we've been going downhill for about 15 years now. This shit kills me, man. True. Cushionlyrics.tumblr.com, baby. Oh my god. This is a throwback, dude. I fucking love this. It's so funny. Everything about it is perfect. I don't know who you're talking about. That means nothing to me. Curtains for Zusha? Tumblr's so funny. Remember the whole when like that was a thing, you just like posted an image like that on Tumblr, like in the death throes of it right before Yahoo bought it. I guess it wasn't like doing badly when Yahoo bought it, but like that's like around the time everyone stopped using it. It died because they outlawed porn on it, but we're not talking about that. Okay, a real tree doing pretty good there. The pink guy who hit through ease last time also dodged 99 sacred combo to win a game. It's so this is a good monster. So good that it just doesn't care about math. Anyone dodge anything in the whole fight? No. They both have 99% chance to hit, so very unlikely to dodge anything. Stormtide's still in it. He's gonna need something big, though. What's he got? Tail Lashes is not it. Crit Tail Lashes, maybe? Oh my god. Crit Tail Lashes would have done it. A real tree gonna take that. Not impossible, importantly. That's very true. He tried. Wasn't a damage roll. He did need the crit. Big bath time in Ragnarut. Ragnarut is the funniest monster. And maybe maybe the greatest indicator that we don't really need to be worried about AI and the singularity yet. Because I was talking to High Tops when he was making this, and he's like, I asked an LLM to help me make this monster, and these are the stats it told me to give it. Alright. Prediction is live. Zill's biggest damage from die. Impressive way of riding, but yeah. Grok doesn't know shit about Monster Rancher, that's all I'm saying. Lots of Zillas tonight? I got a pro tip for you. All Zillas are Filipino. And I have heard that that is the most powerful race in the world. Croc probably thinks Monster Rancher's too woke. What could... I know you're doing a bit, but what could be misconstrued as woke in Monster Rancher if you wanted to, like, be reactionary about it? What could you possibly say? Romper wall? 94% on bath time. You're looking at it on screen, buddy. This is the opposite of woke, brother. That's what I'm saying. We're talking about what could be misconstrued as too woke. No, you guys are not listening. Asking your pronouns at the beginning, it does. It does, but only male or female. Is based far from woke? Okay, what would the idea that base is the opposite of woke is like very I am 13 and my social interactions consist of being 25% too loud at 1 o'clock in the morning on a Discord call, but that's neither here nor there. I think the most woke thing about the game is that Colt doesn't like talking to Cavero. You're 32? I don't know, man. The straw man I made up in my head says otherwise, so... I guess you gotta work on that. Better luck next time. Pink Golem's pretty woke. I don't know if you could like actually misconstrue anything in this game as woke. This game doesn't have like any political leanings at all. Monster Rancher 4 kind of does, because it's like you're a fucking piece of shit for playing this game. It like is literally like, oh, you want your monsters to be strong? Well, that means you're mean. You shouldn't do that. Creepy Tree and Guac up next. We got more mocks. I don't think you can politicize Monster Rancher 2 at all. With what's in-game, yeah. People use woke unironically to do the wildest mental gymnastics they could find something. No, but that's what I'm saying is like... There's so many games that are like on the like... The woke do not buy video game list that are like... uses the singular they 4 hours into the game one time. Or whatever, you know? Like... But, like, I can't think of, Monster Rancher 1. Monster Rancher 1 can be woke because, it calls Pixie he. There we go. We figured it out, folks. Throw the whole series in the trash. Pixie is canonically male in Monster Rancher 1. No rest training equals woke? You got a good point. AAA game that came out? Yeah, that was the Starfield thing with that weird British guy who looks like he's like 90% still toddler. And like everybody's forgotten about except for the fact that he's like, he did the crash out. Like, I hope it was worth it, buddy. Oh, dude, this is so sick. Dude, we gotta get Macho. We gotta give Macho the keys. Look at this shit. We got Mochi Jill? This is so sick, man. He just threw that shit together. Trim your URLs? Nah, he doesn't need to. It's okay. If you're watching on mobile and you saw that link come up, I'm sorry. That's a flashbang, but fits in 4 lines in my chat. That shit's sick. Okay, what do we got? 57% on Guac. Loveseeker is woke. Pink Alien is too much. This game is like, has a couple of things in it that are like kind of weird, like, you know, reggae plants. Okay, that was an entire set. Reggae plants up there. The fact there's a metal nerd just named Shinhwa, and he's just like a Chinese alien. Though it's more so that he is made out of China than anything else, like the dishes. But still, I don't know. Is that how you pronounce Shinhwa? Yeah, Shinhwa, yeah. 1 HP in a dream and Baron. Okay, I gotta remember who did this. OG Red Leader. Yeah, Kev. Okay, prediction is live. Dragon Golem used to be called, yeah, it was called Jihad. Yeah. This is pretty funny. You can make the top lip of the beak into the mustache on the model. Dude, and then you make the bottom beak transparent. No, you could definitely do that. That'd be sick. Cream for pate chinois. I've never had that. I don't know what that is. Is it a Chinese goose? Hank Lorica? Yeah. The low power is very, very funny because ostensibly not a very good idea to go low power. But his opponent has 1 HP, so, you know, he might as well have 1 power. 80 on 1 HP in a dream. The big knock. Crits, he's still fine. Rush slash. He grits, he's back to full health. He needs to hit him again. Another knock. Open up the door, it's real. Oh my god. In comes Baron to get the steal. But yeah, middleweight is 2997 stat total. The double twister slash? He's swanging. Let me smang it, girl. So many flattening L's. But they smell flat slash combo. He misses it. Another flattening L. Okay. Yeah. So when we do these tournaments, they're almost always under a stat cap of some sort. Stats less than 100 ignored, yeah. Okay. Well, the dream is alive. Worried we're manifesting actual discourse about Monster Rancher being what? We certainly are not. This is not real. I can see someone getting upset thinking your dude who is using Bajarals as workers as some kind of political message about hiring immigrant workers or something. I mean, we're making monsters fight to the death. I think a little bit of labor is the least of our worries here. A&E and 1 HP in a dream up next. We get a mono fight? Which wall knows ball? Freya, we are talking about what you could possibly point to in Monster Rancher to get it put on one of those, like, do not buy, this game is woke lists. And it's very hard. And so far, I think the best thing we've come up with, prediction is live, by the way, is that in Monster Rancher 1, they call Pixie by male pronouns. They let you pick your gender? Right, but only between the two. There's no neopronouns, there's no third or additional option. Discovered like a month ago this game got re-released back in 2021, which someone told me back then. Because Monster Rancher is one of my favorite PS1 games. That still gets games on the list to be able to choose male or female? I feel like that might... Like, in a different context, I could see why they would be mad about that. Not that I think it makes any sense for them to be mad about that, but, like, if it's like, this looks like a man and I can pick female for my gender, like, the dumbest guys on the planet are going to get really mad about it. 70% on 1 HP in a dream. But if you're just, like, a silent pro tag that has no model, I think even the chuds, the pimps and the chuds, which you should never focus on because then you'll hate New York, would not find objectionable. Lab guy for sure is trans. Okay, that's a 2-0, right? Yeah. I don't think Dad just trans. If you want to believe Dad just trans, I'm not gonna yuck your yum, you know? But I really don't think he is. Colt is 100% a trans woman. We're just transvestigating Colt now because she has short hair. How she reacts around men. She could just be a young girl, you know? This is getting out of hand. It's pretty funny. Colt is like 11 years old. That was 1-1? Okay, thank you. A&E. Yeah, I don't think any political statements, whether veiled or, you know, blatant or even ostensible, exist in Monster Rancher. And I don't think that makes it better or worse. I think it's just, it is what it is. Hanger definitely emits 5G. Brother. Maybe that's why undiagnosed, but what else could it be, you know? Chuds just hate women, so them being entirely surrogatory is something that'll piss them off because they have brainworms. She kind of is, though, right? As... like, she doesn't have a lot of agency. Worm has a tech called Injection. Oh my god. Intelligence Worm, named HRT, coming in. Definitely makes it better. Games back then were for everyone to enjoy and didn't isolate groups. Yeah, no games in the year 2000 were political. You're making a great point. Oh my god, what are we talking about? We're just saying things right now. Dr. Worm will give you HRT without a letter from a therapist. And he also plays the drums. Damn, he's a double threat. Okay, I lost my shit. Who fucking won that? A&E won, right? Stupid worm that turns the frogs gay. Didn't know he liked music. You gotta listen to Dr. Worm, Macho. Informed consent. Okay, thank you. Liquid and Soda Popinski. The thing about, like, the whole, like, woke versus, like, go woke, go broke shit is that, like, one, it doesn't really exist. And two, the internet is, like, so divided at this point that it's very easy to just take any preconceived idea you already have and find an in-group who's just like, yeah, don't worry about the facts. Don't worry about, like, research on this shit is, like, actually kind of difficult. Prediction is live. But it's just, like, you can just be like, yeah, none of my friends play this game, so I think it failed. And it's like, I don't know. None of your friends floss. Doesn't mean nobody flosses their teeth, you know? The thing that's really funny to me, though, is when we talk about, like, games that used to be political or whatever, and people always bring up Metal Gear. Because it's, like, very objectively, like, ultra-politically charged. But if we can go so much further back, right? Like, 1942. A game about fighting in World War II as the Axis powers. As Japan. '80s were the height of the Cold War, and so many games were just like, this game is about killing Russians. Like, you know, they didn't have some great overarching lesson to be learned, but they were undoubtedly political. 90% on Soda Popinski. Are we gonna have Dag on it too? Is that what's happening here? The 96 miss? Oh. Brother, you went back for the drink and it didn't work.
Bye, Daddy. I'm dying.
Blahaj. No, we gotta get Worm Zilla named Blahaj. No one does it like my boy. Oh my god, man. The pop. Pop goes the golem, or whatever. 2-1. Hi, Karamba and Jet Jaguar. Crow named Toblerone? Yeah, that's great. He's paunching. Okay. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? How do you guys feel about the death penalty? No, I'm not going to get into it. Oh. Oh, man. This shit's got me off the goop. This is, I'm not going to be asleep till like 4 in the morning tonight. Metal Gear still doesn't feel political to me. It talked about nukes and war, but I feel like everyone who isn't a politician or weapons manufacturer dislikes war. All right. We don't need to discuss this because you're going to get dogpiled really hard if anybody is like willing to get into it with you. And I don't want the stream to devolve into that. I'm not trying to be mean by saying this, but you are wrong. It's not up for discussion. And that's okay. But you're wrong. 62% Jet Jaguar. Let's get into it. The Yodel kill? Holy moly. Do we get 2 Yodel kills back to back? No, rolling bomb. Not enough to kill. Needed a crit. I think Sports League should incentivize doing banter with how they determine draft picks. I think teams closer to being in the playoffs should get better draft picks. But then you just build dynasties out of nowhere. It's not that it's not... like, what am I trying to say? It's not that it would be more of a meritocracy, but it's a meritocracy built on wealth equaling virtue, right? If the outline for your moral and what am I trying to say? If all the machinations in it revolve around who is best and best being a virtue, it becomes synonymous with who's the richest. Have a hard salary cap? Right, but it often doesn't matter as much as people pretend it is. Ikromba gonna win that one. I think, and like they already do get penalized for tanking on purpose. Like you're not allowed to do that because it's a form of score manipulation, which is illegal in betting and all of that. Baseball needs a salary floor. I don't think that's ever going to be a thing. Baseball is not like a patrician game. It doesn't have the money. And I think it's good. I think it's good to be able to go to one of the best teams or like one of the biggest stadiums and watch a game for like $12. I think that's really cool that they have that. Okay. I went to Ikromba. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? CEOs to have salary cap? That's true. I think we get it on that. Let's get into that. I do think, and we've talked about this before, especially in like games and stuff. So much of like what denotes like proper C-suite activity is not something that requires actual brain power to accomplish. Like you could put Airbud in charge of Microsoft, and I don't think he'd be doing a worse job than Phil is. And that's not me saying he's as dumb as a dog. That's me just saying that there are so many checks and balances in place to make sure the CEO does not have unbridled power that you can just like throw darts at a dartboard and be like, this is what we're doing this year. And if it doesn't work out, okay, whatever. You have more money than God himself. Like, whatever. Not that big of a deal. Well, we had record years. Let's lay off like 30 billion people who work for our company. And then they're like, yeah, he gets to keep his job. Although you would assume mass layoffs are a sign that like you fucked up. Right? You would assume that's a sign that like you made some pretty heinous decisions. What I'm saying is that we should vote Airbud in. We should all become Microsoft shareholders, and we should collectively vote for Airbud to like be a board member. The triple spit? Damn. Face attack doing big damage though. Sign of trying to maintain infinite growth? Right, but like, it's not... Everybody knows it's not sustainable. Oops. Even the people who are doing it and the people who are benefiting from it know it's not sustainable because it's simple math, right? You cannot have growth that never slows down. It's just they don't care about that because they're making money now. And they don't care about what happens 10 years from now if they can cash out before then, right? You believe in infinite growth forever? Okay, my bad. It was rude of me to not consider you. Stegosaurus and Ocean Larry up next. Ain't no rules say a dog can't be CEO. I gotta, like, next time I get a letter in the mail about, you know, voting for Warner or whatever other stocks I hold, like voting, I gotta, like, check to see who I can and can't nominate. Saw a really good post today that was like, they should make Air Bud a chocolate lab so we can finally have an outrage cycle. So stupid. Discourse literally kills people. Oh my god. Dude, make him a chocolate lab who's bad at basketball. Okay, prediction is live. That would go crazy. That would, like, actually, like, we'd have aneurysms all over the place, and I love that. I love that for them. Dude, that's such a good bit. Reboot Air Bud with a chocolate lab. Oh my god, it went woke. You made it political. How could you? Oh my god. Was Air Bud a girl? Like, what was up with Air Buddies? Was it Air Bud gave birth or Air Bud, like, went out to stud? I think you could, like, actually get people really angry about it. And I would just be sitting there egging it on. That would be like the Billion Lines versus the Pokemon bit. Where no matter what anybody said, I would just, like, I would just get into it with them. Okay, 1.1 on Stegosaurus. Air stud? Reproduced by budding? Yeah? Like, Mogwais? Oh my god. The person who identifies as a golden retriever? It's just furry Airbud. 26 on Earthquake? Holy shit, man. Damn, trampled, gonna miss. Knocking up, gonna hit. Oh, he's living it though. Just a guy in a dog suit shooting hoops. And all his lines are just like, woof. Airbud, but it's a guy in a furry costume. That's so fucking funny. I would watch that shit, absolutely. Had AI breakdown. I'm not reading the rest of that, man. I'm sorry. Oh my god. We moved on from that. You can talk to Grok. We're talking about furry Airbud played by Woody Harrelson. Hell yeah. Dude, he would kill it too. You know he would kill it. In all aspects except physical, I'm a dog that is good at basketball. And then he looks out at the ocean. Hell yeah. Oh my god. Bob Odenkirk is the villain? The villain should be the commissioner is just like super against it for like political reasons. And also the whale wins. Look at that. And like he's just like he hates furries and this and that. And then the twist is that Bob Odenkirk is a secret furry cat. He's a secret cat boy. And that's why he hates it. Not because he's a furry, but because cats don't like dogs. A real tree and Froster Shock up next. And then he learns to... that would actually be really funny. If it's just like... There's no, like, message. It's not like, love your neighbor or whatever, or like, live and let live. Like, he's fully fine with him being a furry, but he just hates his fucking guts because he's a dog. And it's like irreconcilable differences. Dude, this is so good. When does the IP run out on Airbud? I got an idea for a movie, and it goes like this. You guys like the Vandals? That's a good song. I got an idea for a movie. It's about this guy who wished and wished till it came true, and now this kid can't fly. And they'll go on adventures. I think it could be big. Is it too late to whisper Oscar? Put a happy ending there and it'll write itself, I swear. You know, the Vandals? They had a song on Tony Hawk 1. So the album is called Hitler Bad, Vandals Good, which is, you know, they're kind of spitting with that. What are all the color Pandora knows? Color is green, orange, and purple? Yeah. Saw your vids on my recommended yesterday and suddenly see a stream today. I stream every Monday. Every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. And then other times throughout the week. Just finished the mock video, now it's a mock fight. Mock fight with Jay Reinhold. Alright, we got 67% on Froster Shock. Tony Hawk has some banger music, yeah. What a first stream. This shit goes hard, man. We need a supercut of the woke conversation. I'm gonna get Project L on this. Green, red, and blue? No, it's orange, purple, and green. Is this how you find out you're colorblind? Damn! Doggy won't go down. Alright. Do it for Air Bud. That did so much damage. Another Ice Bomb? He knows what his best tech is. Caught up? Yeah, but it wasn't enough. The video said Mach is good? No, it did not say Mach is good. That's one of the more, like, this monster is objectively bad with very few redeeming qualities type of videos. Ice Bomb span too strong? It's really strong, yeah. Alright, let me edit these scores real quick. Okay. Big Bath Time and Data Phantom up next. Data Phantom Isle? Big Bath Time. I was watching Mar play the Knights reboot, Big Barth Time. There was a Knights into Dreams reboot on the Wii that doesn't play anything like the original game. And it looks miserable. It looks like one of the most like unfun games I've ever seen in my life. Just like really bad 3D platforming. The videos though? Well, welcome. Is joke? Oh, okay. I get jokes. I like jokes. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Is 40 Winks all over again? Was 40 Winks a reboot of something? Was 40 Winks like a reboot of like Little Nemo or something? Am I just thinking this? Am I like learning this through osmosis right now? I never played 40 Winks. Just terrible Sega platformer. Okay. That's fair. Unrelated to anything, but I got Monster Rancher 2 question. That is unrelated to what we're talking about. What does it affect when a monster dislikes sleep? I don't think that can happen. I don't think a monster can dislike rest. I think when they like rest, they just have the... I don't think it increases anything extra. I think it just makes it harder to tell if you're playing super casually if they actually do need to rest or not, because they just like cheer every time you say they go to sleep when you choose rest. Whereas, you know, regularly they only do it when they're actually tired. They do a little cheer. I'm asking this is not heresy, but is there a reason 2 is preferred over 3 and 4? Like 3 and 4 is considered the brawl of the series, or is it just better? That's a fair question. Okay, 72% on Data Phantom. 2 is what people think about when they think about Monster Rancher. It's as simple as that. That's what it comes down to. I think 3 is a fantastic game. It's much less accessible in terms of like literally being able to play it with other people. It's very, not so much anymore, but until very recently, it was really, really hard to emulate Monster Rancher 2. Like, you needed a ton of specific settings, and PCSX2 just did not work with it very well. And people who really liked Monster Rancher 2 kind of wrote off Monster Rancher 3 because there's no combination, which is like a big part of Monster Rancher 2, right? Sacred combo to 199 life monster. He did. Creepy Tree and Mana La Prancha. Oh my god. I think 3 is really good, and I think it's really fun competitively as well. There's a Monster Rancher 3 tournament coming up, and I'm super excited about it. But the combination's a huge part of Monster Rancher, right? I like what they did with like the regional variants in Monster Rancher 3 more than most people do, I think. I think it's a great idea, and I think they executed it pretty perfectly. I think it's a very, very strong game. Monster Rancher 4 had a million different ideas, and it didn't execute on any of them, is the problem. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Tier list when? When we've played some more Monster Rancher 3 competitively. 4 has, like, you know, raised multiple monsters at the same time. It's a game that, I've talked about this before, it's not a good 2025 game. That's not to say it's not a good game. It's just Monster Rancher 4 came out in an era, and realistically it should be judged in this era. You can't, like, remove a game from the zeitgeist it was developed in. But it was made for a time where people had less access to games. And it really, really shows in the sense that you need to put so much fucking time into the game to do anything. Anything at all. It takes like 100 hours to go 1 week in Monster Rancher 4. It's an abysmal feeling if you're trying to run like 3 to 5 monsters on your ranch. And because of that, it doesn't really feel like a Monster Rancher game. You don't like get to see the big numbers go up. You don't get to see like meaningful progression in a timely fashion. And Monster Rancher 4 also has like the dungeon crawling is like cool idea, not thought out well. Being able to choose your own loadout for techs, cool idea, not really thought out well. The elements, they were introduced in 3, 4 expanded on them, cool idea, not thought out well. Counters just function really, really badly. Counters are like game breaking. They're unbelievably powerful if you're a tank, to the point where you can turn any tech anybody throws at you, if you're running 0 speed, into a 33% chance to dodge. And then if you do hit, you end up doing like a shit ton of damage to your opponent. Like if you guess correctly on the counter. It forces you to use Geru for quite a while. Like there's a tutorial. The story is super overbearing. So many things are locked behind. Go talk to this person 50 times in a row. It's rough. The worst part of all of it, though, the reason I'm not playing this is because this is my guy, and I want to like actually watch my guy. The biggest problem I have with Monster Rancher 4, and the biggest problem most people have Monster Rancher 4, it's not some mechanical issue. It's not, the fact it looks like a very aged PS2 game, whereas Monster Rancher 3 and the cell shading looks a lot more timeless, and like the art design holds up a lot better for most people. The biggest problem is that there is no personality in the tournament monsters. Every single monster has just like even stats across the board. No effort was put into it. You don't have anything like Gotrek in Monster Rancher 2, where it's like, oh, this is a rank A Zilla who has no skill or speed, but if he hits me, I'm gonna die. Every monster in rank A has like 400 in every stat. It's so boring. If it's a dragon, 400 in every stat. If it's a pixie, 400 life, 400 power, 400 intelligence, 400 defense, whatever. Like it's just they have the little radar graph, right, where it's like it like spikes up if you're like have a high stat, and then say you had like low defense, it would look more like this, like the graph moves, and it's just like a hexagon for every single monster in the game. It's so fucking boring. No personality. Ape Escape is peak? Yeah, maybe we'll upload the Ape Escape ape I made at some point. Feels like I tried to do too much instead of perfecting the formula? Yeah, 100%. What about the go to the PS2 era, Evo? People are talking about it in the Discord right now. Evo is a bad Monster Rancher game. And boring enough as just like a game in general that I've never finished it. It is what it is. Antland's sick as hell, man. Nobody hates Antland. Thank you. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. Anyway. Yeah, let's get into it. And black hair when you were a kid and kept getting bodied by that monster. It looks like a brown clay. There's a couple of those, yeah. Blocking attacks in 3. Blocking and dodging is the same thing. It's just a different animation. More headbutts, please. Oh, my slash combo missed. No, I missed. Don't hit. No! This mudda. I'm the real tree. Throw twisters and miss. Slash combo? Ah, we did it. We did it. Let's go. Game 3. I need this guy to advance tonight. He didn't do well last time. They're calling him the best to ever do it. They're saying he is the strongest monster on the planet. He's good with it. He do be good with it. Holy moly. It was worth waiting. I don't care about you guys. I got to get hyped for my boy. Love that. Love that for me. 2-1 for Mana LaPrancha. Mock lost again. How? Mock kind of won, though, if you think about it. Threadripper and Morbid Torpor. It's so crazy that I accidentally put these two guys up against each other earlier, and now they gotta fight now. I'd love to see Mods with mock subs get the dub. Then you would have been on cloud 9 either way, eh? Because they were both monsters with mock subs, I guess. Being bodied by brown clay has Oakley Man written over it. I think that's what he's talking about. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? That was the worst part of watching the Germa stream. I know there's 10,000 people in chat. And I was trying real hard not to backseat. And like every now and then I would like type out something that would like be like actual advice. And while everyone's like, yo, like you should put all your points into defense or whatever. And I'm like, please don't do that. And he's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And we couldn't get it through to him that you need to save up your guts before you attack. He would just like swing, miss, be down 80 guts and get one shot and be like, how come I'm getting one shot? Everybody's got half the amount of power that I do. This doesn't make any sense. And it's like that hurt a little bit. Not sure what the name, but I remember it has hands growing from it. Yeah, you're talking about the Gaboo, Oakley Man. Hard thing to get accustomed to when playing the game, yeah. How do you like Moon playing? I didn't really watch it. I don't watch streamers really. It's not nothing against them. It's just it is what it is, right? It was funny though because I was streaming the same day he was. He streamed for like a whole week. 69% on Threadripper, pretty nice. And one of my friends is like, hey man, like one of my friends who's like super into Overwatch is like, Moon's streaming to like 12,000 people. Like this might be a good time to like, you know, stream some Monster Rancher 2 or something. And I was like, appreciate it, man. I appreciate you looking out. Very cool of you to do that. But I've been streaming and it doesn't matter. There's no runoff. People aren't watching it for Monster Rancher. People are watching because they like him. Another combo? Okay, let's see what we got. That was a set. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Look at this. Look at this little fucker. This is sick. Hell yeah. Oh, dude. This guy's so cool. He's so cool. So cool. Literally perfect? I agree. That shit's sick. Yeah, Macho, get in touch with them, man. Okay, Threadripper gonna take it. Bong Ripper wins that one. Midori and Spanakopita up next. Play any other Monster Entertainment games? Yeah, I mean, I played an unbelievable amount of competitive Pokemon growing up, and then in my 20s. Not really recently. I'm kind of burned out on it. One of my friends is like making a really cool ROM hack of Fire Red that has like every Mon in it, and there's like new megas, and like it looks really sick. And he's like asking me for like balance advice, and I'm like, brother, I don't know anymore. If you had asked me 10 years ago, hell yeah, but I don't know anymore. Okay, prediction is live. Here you go. Jero Boy was helping get the texture, so Def plan to. Oh, hell yeah. Can't wait till we actually create monsters, Monster Rancher 2 down the line. We give Hand and Foot Rays, Antland, and Garu. Yeah, I think like it's hard enough to make textures as it is, right? But it's one of those things that like it's only impossible because it hasn't been done yet. I did start talking to him as soon as he said that. Monkey Puncher, I think, is the best Monster Rancher-like game that isn't Monster Rancher. If you've never played Monkey Puncher, it's like a perfect game. It's so good. 72% on Spanakopita. I gotta get like Tangent to play Monkey Puncher. But Tangent's thing is that he doesn't play any games that are like... He's like very worried about the legality of everything, which is fair because, you know, he streams for a living. So I get it. But like he won't run an emulated game or anything. But Monkey Puncher, he would love that shit. I feel like Digimon World has the most parallels to Monster Rancher. You gotta play Monkey Puncher. And this isn't a meme. It's not only like incredible because it has the worst translation I've ever seen for a video game. It's like Pokemon Vietnamese Crystal level bad translation. There's some very, very funny fourth wall breaking in the game. And it's very Monster Rancher coded. And then I tried to speedrun it, and it takes like 4 hours, so I just gave up. Can go to school son versus better than boy's daughter homies who hated Saru. That's what I'm saying. 82% on Spanakopita. The Gatling gun miss. Digimon World 1 is before... Well, I guess it wasn't before Monkey Puncher even, but... Before I played Monkey Puncher, I would say that, yeah, Digimon World 1 was the closest to Monster Rancher. Okay, Toji, you're back. Yeah, I was saying it's hard enough to just do the sprites right now, but it's one of those things that's definitely like it's impossible because it hasn't been done, and then it'll be possible once it has been done. Some 4-minute mile shit. But yeah, playing. I've talked about it before that if they just released Monster Rancher 2 with all of the monsters, like a Monster Rancher 2 Ultimate, and it's probably the only game I'd play for the rest of my life. It like would nearly double the amount of monsters in the game. You'd have so many new things to try, so much room for activities, or whatever it is we used to say. That's some millennial humor. Don't worry about it. We got. I like how I say that as if you're not all millennials as well. I was showing Tiana my metrics, and it's like 90% are in the 25 to 35 range on YouTube, and the other like 9% are in 35 to 45, and then the remaining 1% is split up among other categories. Like I know who you are. Terry Fold. It's also like 93% male, but that's not surprising either. I'm not doing anything to like ingratiate myself with the female audience, I suppose. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Monster Rancher 2 with National Dex, that's what I'm saying. Dapper Dog, Dapper Frog. Yeah, we need Quasmo. Let me play Quasmo in Monster Rancher 2, man. Boys love their monster fighting. They do say that. That is a thing they say. Yeah, Monkey Puncher's story is really good. It's not overbearing. But not only is it not overbearing, it's like, it's fully aware of how stupid the premise is. Like, you train a monkey to go box in Monkey Puncher fights. I wonder what percentage is also trans. I'm gonna be honest, there's probably a decent amount of like the female audience is trans. How's the Ultraman Kaiju game? Great game. Interesting competitively. It has a lot of really cool ideas for competitive play. A lot of people still play it. Not me, but it's more so because I don't stream it too often. And I'm really only playing Monster Rancher when I'm streaming. But there's a couple of people who run tournaments for it, and it's sick. A lot of really cool stuff in that game. The most interesting thing about that game is personalities. Each monster has a personality, which determines what slots, like what ranges they try to be in, and how likely they are to attack with X amount of guts. So some monsters like to attack constantly at low guts and like won't attack so much at high guts. Some are like they save up their guts and they attack later. So there's a lot of nuance to it. It's really cool. They just need to have Monster Rancher monsters in it for me to be interested. That's the problem. I don't care about Ultraman. A lot more fun with UKMR competitively if it only had the Monster Rancher 2 monsters. Yeah, that's what I'm saying too. Power Flick gonna miss. Power Rapid Flick though? You're ultra dead, brother. Jeez. Cookies are pretty neat too. Yeah. Them being random sucks, but it would be cool if... Do you think people would care as much about cookies if they were like smaller bonuses? If they were like single-digit % increases to stats and things like that? Do you think people would still like go super hard for it? Maybe, but I don't know. Or would that make it feel worse because it's like I'm rolling so much and it doesn't even matter? Tried so hard and got so far, etc., etc. Tornillos and Hydroplets. Fully endorse bringing back accessories. Accessories were cool, yeah. UKMR Mochi being really good was intimidating. Yeah, it's the first game he's like really, really strong in. Outside of Battle Card. Are there more useful battle specials besides Grit and Anger? Yeah, so... Hold on, let me get the prediction live. We'll talk about it. You can have Fury, which is Grit plus Anger. It's both at the same time. That can trigger if you are hit while the opponent has a battle special active. So say you proc Anger on your opponent, and then they hit you with something. That can proc Fury. Fury is better in this version of the game than it is in the original, because in the original, monsters can't attack with less than 45 guts. And so what would happen a lot of the time is that you would get hit with an attack that your opponent was using while under the effects of Anger, which means extra withering. And that was the easiest way to get Fury to proc. So a lot of the times, Fury would proc after you had just been withered for a shit ton of guts. I.e., you had less than 45 guts, i.e., you can't actually attack. And because of how short of a battle special Fury is, it's the strongest battle special in the game. And so the downside is that it's active for a very, very short amount of time. So in the original game, you would get it because why not? There's no downside to it, but it wasn't particularly impactful. 65% on Hydroplets. Real is kind of a double-edged sword by design. If you get your opponent down into the yellow, you get a huge boost to all of your stats to try and finish them off. But if you don't finish them off quickly enough, all of those bonuses become like inverted. So you take double damage, you do half damage. all that stuff. And so it becomes really easy for your opponent to mount a comeback. Ease is good. It's worse in this version of the game than it is in the original because it works as intended. But ease, if you hit or dodge 5 attacks in a row, you have a chance to proc ease, which increases your evasion, and it decreases the cost of all your attacks. So it lets you swing a little bit more active. It's really hard to make a trigger. Oh my god, the power kamikaze, man. It's rare that I get it to trigger. Yeah. Power and anger are like the ones you can rely on. Everything else is like very, very situational. Hurry is good. You should get hurry on every monster if you have the ability to, because it just triggers if you're losing with 10 seconds left on the clock, and then it doubles your critical hit rate. The double fire charge, eh? Fury saved your ass at CV just by proccing. Yeah, run down the clock. Okay. Grit is obviously important because it can save the day. Nightshade Boot and Stormtide up next. Vigor, Will, and Fight seem gimmicky to you? Yeah, they're not very good. Fight is fine to have it. There's no downside. It doesn't cost you anything. It's just, it's probably not going to proc. Will can, like, really fuck you up. Nothing feels worse than Will procking and then you missing the attack anyway, because now you're probably just going to lose. Prediction is live. Thinking of putting a galley mask cape on a drone. That'd be a sick promo TikTok for Monster Rancher. I mean, don't let your dreams be dreams, man. It's like, I don't think I've talked about this publicly, but it kind of made me laugh. We were talking about, me and Unholy were talking about this at Combo Breaker. And how I was talking about how, you know, it's always a chance we don't get invited back next year, right? It's really cool that they invited us twice. I don't know what the future holds, right? We have to go through an audition process basically for it, and I have to sell the game to the people who were organizing it. So, you know, I think I did a pretty good job in convincing them, and that's why we were invited twice in a row. But maybe next year we don't. Maybe next year, if things are going the way they are, I'm not going to the States next year. I'm staying up here. We're not doing any of that shit. 56% on Stormtide. But I was like, there's no reason someone else can't run it. And then Unholy was like, well, I mean, if you don't want to do that, I know a speedrunning marathon in Michigan that would be like really happy to have a tournament like this. And so if you ever want to run it, like, I'll get you in touch with these people. Like, I know them really well. And you can make it happen. And at the time, I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Again, crossing the border is more the issue than anything else, so I still don't know if it's going to happen. But, and this is not a shot at Unholy, because he does a lot. But my, like, when I was in the car driving home, I was talking to Pyro about this. And I was just like, he can run it. Why do I have to run it? I don't have to run the tournament. Someone else can do it. I guess there's an idea that, like, I have this cachet that, like, if I run something, people will show up, but if other people do, they won't. But I don't think that's the case at all. I think if you want to help out the scene and you got ideas for it, who better to implement them than you? Don't wait on me. I don't even fucking upload my VODs on time. I'm not gonna fucking do it. I can barely do my own shit. I got Project L editing videos for me that I have the time to do myself simply because I don't want to do them. I got the time if I'm like really serious about it. Like, I probably could spend like 4 hours a day, edit 2 VODs, put them up, but it's just, I don't know. Brad Warden and Ragnarroot up next. Made a monster specifically to try and proc Will, and I think it procced once ever. Yeah, that sounds about right. I think that's the thing that like kind of bothers me, if I'm gonna be completely honest. I saw someone when I posted the duck in training video for the loser stays on. Someone was like, Moosebones single-handedly holding up the scene or whatever, and I was like, that's like super not true. So many people are like working on stuff. People are going to Legend Cup way more than they're watching my videos. And like the scene can't exist if like not everyone is like putting in as much effort as they are. There's like so many other tournaments that are happening that like have nothing to do with me. Tubular, who made the Discord, yeah. Everybody was running events. We got Frenzied, Pyro's running stuff now. Unholy's been running stuff like non-stop for 100 years, it feels like. Goat's run some events. Just people making art. Everything is like, it's all super important to like keeping people interested in the game. %90 on Brad Warden. So it's like, it's certainly not just me. 9% Toxic Nectar, it hits. It's not going to do much damage, but it did hit. Appreciate the DXBL. Well, that's cool. Thank you for saying that. Into the Death Thrust, Ragnarroot. Got Ragnarrocked. If you know what I'm saying. Game number 3. Every time Monster Entry comes out, I have to flex my CV 2024 win. That's true. These days you'll win a Moose tourney. Have you not won any of my events? You've gotten second a lot of times, right? I feel like you've gotten second a lot. Brad Warden with the quick 2-0. iFlames and Guac up next. Won 4 tourneys, but none of them were mine. I've only won 2 of my own tournaments. I won a DXBL preseason tournament with Big Uncle Pete, and I won one in UKMR with Cyball, the Suezo. Okay, prediction is live. I've gotten like top 8 in like 100 events I've run. I made top 4 at Combo Breaker twice. You know, I've done well. And then before I was running tournaments, I was like, that was the before times. Before DX came out, I was like cleaning house like every tournament. There was a point, there's like maybe like a 6-month period where I won like maybe about half of the tournaments. That's something that people ran. And then, you know, Unk fell off. 67% on Guac. There's absolutely no way I've won like the most tournaments of anybody. Like that's, the frequency of tournaments now is fucking insane compared to what it used to be. It used to be like there would be 2 events a month, maybe. And now there's like, I don't know, like 4 events a week. If you had to go through all of it to see who won the most, I think Project L is probably up there as like having won the most events. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the case. But yeah, I'm like super not tryhard anymore. I love to see my guys win, but also, you know, I'm not I'm not putting in 110% when I raise them. So many of my monsters are like, I get like 80% through the build, and I'm just like, I've made some mistakes. We're pivoting. All right, was that 2-0 or 1-1? I'm pressing rematch until someone yells at me. Last week alone, there's like 5 tournaments, and if I keep track of it, yeah. Damn. Okay. So that doesn't help me. That doesn't help me at all. Because the gel didn't win. I don't know if the dragon is... Did dragon win 2-1? I feel like dragon won the first game. Either way, that's been 3 games. So I'm not going to rematch. I'm going to wait for someone to yell at me and tell me who the actual winner is. Next up, Cool Runnings and Baron. Dragon went first, thank you. It's very easy to check on YouTube. I don't know if you'll ever recreate your DXBL run. Winning 2 of the events is pretty fucked up, man. That might be like the most impressive victory. Is winning 2 separate categories in the DXBL and getting second and a third, yeah. Prediction is live. I think that's up there with like the Okani Kani run, where it took like 14 matches before a monster finally beat it. Like Okani Kani won the first Deluxe Cup, and then I think it went undefeated in the next like weekly DXBL 1 tournament, and then the second tournament it was in, it finally got beat. I think just a lot of wins. Ever beat finally winning a Macho Thursday with Rising Grind after like 20 times? It's so funny to like what do they call it? Like the B rank or whatever tournament? The one I made Grim Gym for, where it's just like, this seems fucking stupid. Like, I'm just gonna throw this asshole in the tournament. And then just like, not even watch. Because I don't want to watch fucking Joker. I'd rather watch the Joaquin Phoenix movie, honestly. And just being like, yeah, your guy won. Or like, your guy won again. Oh, he got second this week. Okay, cool. Whatever. First tourney I ever entered, I got second. I doubt I'll ever get that again. I'm sure you can get second again. I like how we have both of the reggae plants tonight. Slash combo missed, but Baron's gonna take it. Baron having some interesting matchups. 1 HP in a dream. This guy's got low life as well, so the power coming in handy too. Seed Gatling, huge damage. Dude, Lorca is so cool. What a sick design. When I was a kid, I kind of didn't like how spindly it was. Like, I liked it, but I was like, it looks very, like, slim. And, like, svelte is the wrong word. But just, like, I was more into Hercules, the beefy boy, you know? But I thought Lorca was, like, kind of cool in theory, at least. Like, I really liked its card. And then as an adult, I'm like, I like that shit a lot. Okay, we're into round 3, final round. Here we go. We got Aeone and Ocean Larry. How many monsters are... Okay, the next 4 matches determine if the monster advances or not. Aeone and Ocean Larry. Also, I'll post it in the in the DXBL thread on the Discord. But Shells has been nice enough to help me with updating scores for DXBL. So lightweight is completely done. He's working on middleweight right now. There's only 2 monsters in second dawn right now. It's Dragging It Out and Sir Pauselot are the only monsters who've gone 3-0 both weeks. Okay. Oh shit, did I just pay out this tournament? Or was that for this one? I'm not gonna run another one. It's fine. Oh my god. Whatever. Larry's gotta win now. I don't know if I forgot to set the thing or not. Alright. Ocean Larry, if you win, then I feel good about it. Knocking up. Alright. Needs one more win. Grit coming in handy. Gotta try UKMR for the first time. Did get switched to? Sick. That was last match's payout? Okay. Either way, we're good. Ocean Larry with a 3-0. The whale did it. Pretty big upset, honestly. Karamba and Froster Shock up next. I literally just rolled the dice on it because I'm like, look, I'm not spending another minute just waiting. We'll just let this play. I had the clairvoyance. I'm pretty good for that. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Also, thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. This is such a small game. It's super cool to have people come and hang out and watch some monsters fighting. Very sick. We've consistently all night had over 100 people watching between Twitch and YouTube, so that's super sick. Love watching monsters fighting. It's good for banter, you know. We came up with an entire movie on stream. We got to talk about the new monster breeds and all that. Got a free $50 eShop card from Target, so we got Bonanza. Sick. You see the Toby Fox thing when he was when they interviewed him about the Switch 2? And he's like, yeah, I'm super excited about the power of the Switch 2. I'm gonna go play Donkey Kong Bonanza on it. They're like asking him about like developing on it, and he's like, yeah, I'm gonna develop some quality time with Donkey Kong Bonanza. 61% on Froster Shock. And he's like, it's okay that they misspelled bananas, but I'll let it go because I'm a big Donkey Kong fan. Welcome from hi from Australia. Holy moly. Not a lot of people from Australia hanging out. Maybe not even so much anymore, but like when the scene was like even smaller before DX came out, the biggest contingent of players outside of, you know, the UK and North America was Indonesia and the Philippines. Indonesia and the Philippines had like a ton of like really, really good top level talent in this game. There's one dude's named Chase. He's not from Australia though. He's a South African expat that left at the height of desegregation at the end of apartheid. That's a whole story. We don't have to worry about that. Alright, we're going to game 3. Damn. Almost beat him. Oh, spit. Karamba gonna take it. First time catching tournament stream? We're gonna raise your first comp monster this year? Hell yeah. Macho, you're killing it in this league. 2 monsters. Just can't stop winning. Bonsai and Data Phantom up next. Okay, so that goes to the Shuezo. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Real question, what do you raise? Oh, what are you asking? Oh, for the first comp monster. I got some ideas for new streams coming up. The 246 tournament makes me want to raise a Metal Nerd because Metal Nerd's legal in it. And it's good to have Metal Nerd legal every now and then so people can be reminded of what unholy behemoth he is and why he needs to be banned forever. Forever and always. Bum, bum, bum. That album's got some bangers on it. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like that style of metalcore, but Bullet for My Valentine can certainly play. Okay, 55% on Data Phantom. Here we go. You can't stop hitting that shit. Holy fuck, man. Game 2. Here we go. Oh, alright. It's fine. I didn't jinx him. Really excited in raising the Suezo, but glad it's doing well. Yeah, he's doing good. Oh my god, the ease into spit. He's got Fury. Flexed on him. Fuck, he's still in it though. He won't go down. He won't back down. The teleport's not enough. Oh shit, the second one that's gonna do it. 1 second left on the clock. He got the Fury punch. Did the muscle pose. Ugh. Look at that. Look at the hyperhidrosis. That's how you know I'm having a good time. Alright, claw pinch doing huge damage. GG's. Data Phantom gonna win that one 2-1. What a comeback game 2 from Bonsai though. Soda P. Yeah, you know me. Alright. I got a chance. I have a chance in this one. Soda, what if you had to fight a monster that had speed? Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? This is the last of the monsters who have not lost yet. This is the last battle of that. Getting pinched in the eye sounds like a bad time. So, I'm not squeamish about a lot of stuff. I'm really squeamish about, like, thinking about eye injuries. Though I've heard that, like, while, like, losing your vision and all of that it's like more of a psychological damage than like physical pain. Your eye is like, it has nerve endings in it, but it doesn't feel worse than like getting a cut anywhere else on your body. If you were to like get a cut on your eyeball, it's just the psychological damage of like, I may never see again is like immense. Eye stuff makes me wince and cringe so badly. Yeah. I'm the same way. Kind of wish New Bottle's body was the same translucent blue like in its card. Yeah. He's a little too fluorescent. Though, to be fair, I haven't seen what it looks like in the original game, but DX has weird issues with transparency. That's why, like, Phoenix looks really fucked up. And stuff like that. Phoenix looks really, really weird in this game because the fire transparency makes it look like darker. Like it's not as vibrant. So maybe the same thing is making him like fluorescent. I don't know. Cyclone, opener. I got a 60 guts lead, baby. You know what that means? That means 999 damage. Game number 2. Here we go. Okay, grit. No, fuck off. Yeah, I kind of deserve it after the Deathbringer last set, but okay, we're in there. Brush slash is the play. Either way, you got the guts lead. Slap. We dodged. Okay, we're still in it. Slash combo 40. He dodged again. Rush slash, big damage. Crit here, we win it. No! Okay, we saw the cheese feet and we still live. Best case scenario. Cut in 2. Brother. A god of war who forgot how to lose. I'm telling ya. I'm telling ya. And we saw the cheese feed explosion, so pretty good. Pretty good set. Cyclone hit. The cheese foot. I won. That's the trifecta, baby. You got a stew going. Manila Prancha wins that one. 2-1. Guac and Borbid up next. Very funny that my stupid build went 3-0. Underdog even its owner wasn't sure about? No, I didn't think it was going to be a good build. I was just like, this sounds fucked up. It's kind of similar to the, was it Shrike that had the similar build that won the Deluxe Cup? Prediction is live. I'm not the first person to ever do slash combo in Death Final and like nothing, or Deathbringer and nothing else. Though I think those might have had Rush Slash as well. Or is it Dash Slash the second one? And Rush Slash is the first one. Are monsters with guts rate above 15 usable in tourneys? Yep. Every monster is usable in tourney. They don't make good tanks though. Don't make them as a tank. You're gonna have a pretty rough time. Unless it's a format like this where you can just kinda like tank a hit and come back. They're where they're really bad as tanks is in formats like Heavyweight, where you're able to like invest a lot into speed and life, because then the matches take a pretty long time, and if matches take a pretty long time, that just means that your opponent is just outscaling you with their guts regen over and over again. All right, 53% on Guac. The Horn Smash opener every time is just like, it's why he's struggling. It's not a good opener. It's a good move. It's just you need to be able to control when it actually hits. Double Horn Strike could do something. Still got power. Oh, it ran out. The punch. The punch. Right. Hey. Rhea. Welcome. Alright. He got it anyway. Prediction is live. Or prediction is already live. Oh my god, the Horn Smash. I meant to just say round 2, but I'm like vocal stimming at this point. It's possible to start battle with Gelcopter instead of Gatling Gun? Yes. So, once you have changed the order of the techniques, they stay like that. Whatever they're like at the end of a battle, next time you go into a battle, they'll be set up the same way. So people do that on purpose. Hey, Star Rider, thank you for the follow. It's really important in competitive play, especially when you are, like, say, for example, the exact thing you're talking about, Gelcopter versus Gatling Gun. If you start in slot 4 and you have a choice of either or, you know, maybe you want Gelcopter to go off so you have a chance for the one-shot potential. You would have to set that up. But yeah, literally, you just change it to it, and then once the battle ends, you were set. So a thing that happens in a lot of competitive builds is after everything is set up, sometimes, you know, you've got techniques like really late in life, and you've already kind of got your stats lined up, and you don't want to like gain extra points in a stat because it's already at the cap or whatever. So what people will do is they will enter a tournament. They will set up all their techs properly in the order they want them to be. So say they want Gelcopter to be able to fire at the beginning of the match. They'll set it to Gelcopter. Maybe they'll set it to beam cannon instead of beam gun, something like that. And then they'll forfeit the match, and then they'll withdraw from the tournament. And so what that does is it stops you from gaining any stats from the, like, I think he learned a lesson from this tournament. Like, you can't gain stats if you've lost every match. That's the only thing that stops you from gaining stats from the end of a tournament. So that's very common, is you get everything lined up, and then at the very end of the monster's life, you just enter it in one tournament, you get all that set up, and then you're out. Join, change, forfeit. Exactly. ruin that if you go into battle and just change it around. I know there's a delay on YouTube, but you will not. I can't believe this is happening, by the way. Just make sure to do that before setting up loyalty. Yeah, you can always just feed it a prune afterwards and you're fine. Alright, folks, we got it. This is the one that matters. Nothing else up until this point actually has mattered. It comes down to this. Started playing Monster Hunter 2EX because Uma gave me the urge and you're totally addicted. Folks, we got one. We got exactly one. Like, literally one. Plant made it this far? Brother, it's Swiss. Everybody gets 3 matches. Both of these monsters have lost both their matches, I think. Yes, they have. Tell me, what are we fighting for? We've got to end this war. We should love one another. She likes me for me. Fucking weird ass band, Blessed Union of Souls. Just because I look like Dirty Harry. Or I don't remember the words, but I can't really do the falsetto either. It's 68% on Cool Runnings. Here we go. People like Cool Runnings. They don't believe in the power of Grok. Is Cool Runnings the one playing the Brother Sound? Ragnarok playing the G.I. Joe one? Yeah. They're switch hitting. Oh my god, dude. 5%! Holy shit, dude. That's it. It's over. It's over. He needs a lifesteal to win it now. No fucking way. Oh my god, dude. Oh, okay. Holy Christ. Oh my god. Oh my god, man. Oh, 1 second left on the clock. Game number 2. Here we go. Oh my god.
Hi, Daddy. I'm dying.
The toxic pollen at 1%. The jabs. The jabs are coming in. That's so many jabs. That's the most jabs. 3% seed gun. 4% seed gun. This is the jab. Toxic pollen at 2. Nectar hits. Oh my god. Is the one seed gun gonna be enough? It's not. He wins by 5%. Holy shit. What a set, man. What a set. Here we go. Game 3. Oh, oh my god. Alright, alright. Seed Gatling opener. A little bit of damage. Toxic pollen at 2. Set of the night? Yes. Absolutely. Oh my god, he's going so ham. Doesn't need the jabs. Toxic pollen at 2. Toxic pollen at 1. He's just swanging. Clip links loud here? Yeah. Oh my god, man. What a set. 7 seconds left on the clock. I would count him out, but you never know. Yeah, he's gonna get timed out. What the hell? Jabbing. Jabbing. Jabbing till the break of day. We're jabbing. Jabbing. We're jabbing. Jabbing. Hope you like jabbing too. Okay. So he's gonna win that. Sick ass set. Jabbing to the beat, definitely. Yeah, if you ever get sick clips, just post them in the Videodrome part in the Discord. It's hard for me to like get my own clips sometimes. Stormtide and Bad Luck Doug. That's definitely going to be its own thing. Okay. Prediction is live. We jam on. But we're not jamming, we're jabbing. That was... Holy... You have a whale of a time? Nothing's gonna top that, man. Best match of the night? Yeah. Late contender, but absolutely. Absolutely best match of the night. Okay, 57% on the whale. The headbutt miss. The explosion? It didn't kill him. You left me alive. Yeah, that's gonna finish him off. Oh my god, surviving duck and explosion is insane. What do we got? Stormtide goes for the scratch and misses. Bound charge gonna do a little chunk. He's chunking. When you've hit your opponent 6 times and they hit you with a basic tech for more damage, oh my god. Game 3, here we go. Has to keep going to tournaments? I think he will. It's genuinely, and like, High Tops won't be offended by me saying this. It's genuinely one of the worst builds I've ever seen. Like, it's actually abysmal. But it's sick. Who cares if you're good or not? If you're entertaining, you win. And it was definitely entertaining. I think my guy was like pretty entertaining, but like you cannot compare it to that set we saw. Duck wins. Hydroplex and Midori up next. Ragnarud is our new jobber champion. You guys would have loved the original Monster Rancher Battle League. So the reason I don't do it anymore is quite literally because COVID doesn't stop everyone from going to work anymore. It's not like it went away, but you know, we just live with it now. It's just an endemic virus that we have collectively been like, well, it is what it is. But the Monster Rancher Battle League took a lot of effort. Prediction is live. I had a whole ELO system made for it. I programmed ELO converters and stuff in a spreadsheet. It would take me like an hour after every single tournament to update the standings. And basically the way the original Monster Rancher Battle League worked was it kind of worked the way it works in game, where you started off in rank... Was rank C the lowest? Yeah. And so you start off in rank C, and you had a really, really prohibitive cap on how high you could raise your monster's stats. But you didn't want to min-max too hard because you needed to keep that monster. If it were to win in a given week, place top 2 in any given week, it would advance to the next tier. It would advance to B rank. And in B rank, you now had access to more stats and special attacks. And so you needed to make sure your monster's lifespan was kind of in check because you needed to raise it again. You brought that same monster back to the ranch and you raised it some more. And then if it advanced from rank B to rank A, then you got to start getting rid of techs. You can get rid of your basic techs and things like that. And you had more stats. And then rank S, and then like the rank S was like the final for raising stats, I believe. And then there was the Winners' Cup, which was above that. And that was like the playoffs, basically. But there was a monster. There was a monster called Toddy, which was a purebred mochi. First mochi that like had ever been made by the guy who raised... I guess I can just play this tournament in this match, right? 57% on Hydroplex. It was Matt Moore, and Matt Moore's first time ever playing the game competitively. First monster he'd ever raised. And it was a mochi with like very like average stats. It had like 200 in every stat in a format where you could get up to, I think, 500 in any one stat. And it did like really badly. A lot of monsters in that tournament did really, really badly. Also, we never see Unity, so that's pretty sick. But it was sick because, you know, some monsters were just genuinely really bad. And you knew they were going to lose most of the time. But monsters got promoted up to B rank. So at a certain point, rank C was just jobbers. There was no strong monsters left in the tier. So it was like some loser has to get promoted today. And that was so sick. It was like, oh, he's got like a 10% win rate, but he's making it to the next rank. And so it was sick. It was sick to like have that kind of storyline stuff, right? And the unfortunate part of getting bigger as a channel is that that shit is like really hard to pull off now. Because the amount of time that took, like, it was just pure passion, right? It was just, I'm trying to build something for myself in the Monster Rancher scene. And you could have 4 monsters. And we had, it was at a time, the biggest, like, most entrants in any Monster Rancher tournament. Outside of, like, Engine's Olympics thing, which is, like, kind of an outlier. I guess it wasn't even. It was more than Engine's Olympics thing, because we had, like, 90 entrants in it. And at, like, between, like, 3 and 4 per person. And it was just... It was so cool to be part of that. We would do 8-man round robins. Prediction is live. Watch the YouTube videos explaining how Monster Rancher Battle League worked. There's a couple of really old ones from the finals of the first season. And then the entire second season, I believe, is uploaded. I didn't even have like a YouTube channel really during the first season. I was just strictly on Twitch and nothing else. I didn't really care about saving all of the VODs, so a lot of it is just lost to time. It would be cool to go back and check it out. See the very first Monster Rancher Battle League stream. That would be sick. See how much it's improved. I have a camera that's no longer like 180p. My old camera was really, really bad. It was something I found on Amazon for like $30 because I was like, I'm going to start streaming. I'm going to buy a computer rig. I'm going to start streaming. COVID has shut down all my work. Why not? Everybody liking the tree in this one. Oh, look at the wall dodge. Big damage on flattening out. Holy shit. Double crit? He grits it. He's still in it. Next hit wins, though. And then the knock. Knocking on the wrong tree. Knocking on... Listen. Knocking on the wrong bush. What is that even a reference to? I didn't make that up. That's from something. Angry headbutt. It's enough. You only gotta do 1 damage. Dodges the second one. He's in it still. Next hit wins. Dodge the leaf cutter. Flattening L. Takes it. There's a Monster Rancher Battle League tourney where Golem used Flick or Brow Smash or something on Dougie and it flung him into the air and my roommate thought it was hilarious. It might have been when my monsters had to fight each other. Gordy and Dougie had to fight. Yeah, that poor dog. Okay. Threadripper and Big Bath Time. It was kind of funny because in the first Monster Rancher Battle League, the Legend Cup was six monster like top cut from the entire league, and I was the only person who had 2 monsters in it. And my monsters, though they ended up getting 5th and 6th overall in the Legend Cup, like they lost everything except against each other. They were the only 2 tanks as well. So that has always been like a really big like point of pride for me, or like something I was like always proud of, even though it's like, oh wow, like it's Obama putting the medal on himself, right? Because it was my own event. Prediction is live, but I love raising tanks. Tanks have so much more like personality and like draw to me than speed monsters do. So it was really sick to be able to do that. And the monsters I did it with were Hopper and Plant. Tank Hopper and Tank Plant. It was really sick. The Hopper, I think, was 2nd overall in the entire tournament, in the entire league. He had the 2nd most elo. Behind Adriana, which was a fucked up Undine. Undine is, like, unbelievably cracked in hard mode. like maybe bannable. And so to be second to that was like, I did something right with my boy Bad Idea. Just rolled a really good combination for Mighty Gel, Grit, Ease, and all the non-basic techs you're looking for. That's sick. 60% on Threadripper. Here we go. We're getting towards the end of the night, folks. We have 7 more sets, including this one. Give him the anger. Give him the angry boost. Yeah, you're dead. No one uses water gun incident. Dude, water gun, yeah, I mean, and I get it. Different era, we didn't have as much info. The water gun and water cannon got buffed, and they didn't need to be buffed. Oh, no. I was hoping he hit Tidal Wave once. Too bad Turn Assault is a thing, and Tail Assault. He did hit it, though. He did say it's bath time. Bath time in Clerkenwell. Liquid and Creepy Tree. You guys know that song? I love just making references, and there's like not a single soul in the audience who knows what the fuck I'm talking about. Bath Time in Clerkenwell by The Real Tuesday Weld. Creepy Tree. Usually banned for a reason, yeah. Didn't win all his matches today, though. No Liquid reference? Okay, but I didn't make that one. Okay, prediction is live. Here you go. Bath Time in Clerkenwell is it's a big beat track. I guess it's technically big beat. Kind of like a Fatboy Slim type of vibe, but it is a cappella mostly. Like whatever samples it's using is like mostly chopped up vocals. It's pretty goofy. I'm a fan of it though. Liquid is a state of matter. Creepy Tree is a state of mind. Oh my god. It's normal for my feet to be so soft when I walk on hot concrete the skin flakes off? Yes. That's why we invented shoes. 65% on Liquid. Big Beat the Hanger. It's almost as if I named him after the musical style, yes. Dude, when Mock does the little wobbly wobbly, I love that. When he's like getting withered. Monster Rancher community invented shoes. Yeah, they were first invented when a tiger brought me a pair. And then I sold them for 10 gold. The double twisters? Alright, we're going to game 3. Here we go. That was game 3? Okay. Everybody's telling me I'm wrong, and I appreciate that. Game 4. It's never ending, folks. Damak wins. So I think tomorrow... I said I was originally going to do it Thursday, but I think tomorrow is going to be the stream where I raise a monster blindfolded with the 2-year rule. And then after we watch the German stream, we will do some fights with it. Helps if I spell it right. Okay, prediction is live. What do you guys like? How many people do you think will forget to have their monsters uploaded? I'm guessing about 80% of them. That's not to say it won't happen. Like, he'll just have to call it off. But I do think he'll have to, like, remind everybody. I pronounced tomorrow weird? Yeah, but there's a trade war going on. So you guys can have your own fucking pronunciation. We're not trying to hide it anymore. I'm gonna say a boot. Northern Lion said we're saying Z again, and I, you know, nothing but respect for my king. 60% on Spanakopita. What do you think is a more embarrassing handle for a 35-year-old man to have? Moose Bones or Northern Lion? They're both pretty bad. Mine doesn't have any air of, like, condescension to it. Mine doesn't sound like it was made up by a child, but it does sound like there's no dignity in it. Most people would assume we're furries either way. Northern Lion, I think, sounds more furry than Moose Bones. I think Northern Lion's a bit worse. All right, I'll bring it up with him at the next old Canadian streamers meeting. So that's 1-1, right? Or is that a 2-0? You guys will tell me if I'm wrong. Whatever. Dog wins regardless. The dog did it. I've had people on here be like, do you ever talk to Northern Lion? And it's what the fuck are you talking about? What the hell? Why would I ever talk to him? And they're like, oh, you're both Canadian and you both stream and you're around the same age. And it's like, okay, but like, we don't even live like, we live like 4 time zones apart. He's like a guy who streams for a living and I'm a guy who streams on Mondays. But it's not like he's like down the street. Matchmaking via Twitch? I don't know, man. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you like? Sometimes you must run into him in the streamer building. It's true. We all do live in a yellow submarine or something like that. In the Twitch building. And we go up to pick up our Twitch checks. Ride the elevator together. Say, how about this weather? And he nods at me. He goes. And then we both look at our phones. Everybody's like a Jet Jaguar in this one. $5 Twitch checks. I don't want to sound like ungrateful, right? Because there's so many people who stream and they stream more consistently than me, and they have like they make graphics for their stream schedule and like they like really care about it. Not that I don't care about it, but it's like I'm wearing more hats than just streaming, right? So you pick and choose where you like put in the effort, and I'm not making a lot of money, and these people are making like significantly less, and they like desperately want it to be like a thing they can pursue full time. So I don't want to sound like I'm like ungrateful for the success I've had, but just straight up, I make about $250 a month off Twitch. It's like it's okay, it's something. It's not bad. But it's like less than a third of like what I make from all of everything I do Monster Rancher related. It's definitely like the worst revenue stream of everything I have. It actually might not be less than Patreon. YouTube is definitely the biggest. Anyway, you guys all lost money on that. That's crazy. Make like $60 a year. Yeah, so I'm not trying to be that guy who's like, $250, that's nothing. It's just like, I'm a partnered streamer. I am offered more benefits than like 99.9% of people who are on this platform. Like, it's not even a big deal to me. I like literally forgot to mention it. I'm on the front page of Twitch on the 11th. Like, we're gonna do something special for it. I don't know. I don't even have anything planned. I just kind of was like, hey, I would like to be on the front page. I filled out a form. And they're like, cool, you are on the front page of Twitch for 4 hours on August 11th. Oh, that's gonna make some people mad. I'm sorry. Monkey Puncher speedrun? Maybe. Twitch chat is getting wrecked this week. They've lost some like pretty big bets, yeah. Prediction is live. Who do you guys like? Monster Hunter is just a little bigger than we think it is. Just a little. Just a little bit. We got this and then 2 more sets, and then we're calling it. Fun stream tonight. I do want to play He Is Coming on stream again. That was quite a lot of fun. I've been playing it like a lot off stream, and I have not progressed further in the game. There's only 2 like scenarios, and then there's like a multiplayer, which is kind of sick. I don't know what I could just have a regular tournament. It's just, you know, it'll be after the Germa thing. People don't know it's just a random like heavyweight tournament, right? They don't know it's not like a special one-off or something. Though we could do a special one-off. Thing is that there's not a lot of time to prepare a new monster for it. 83% on Naichabu. Random welterweight? Welterweight could be sick. Yeah, I guess we can do a one-off or something. Welterweight could be fun. The frog wins. Jumping chop. What about, okay. All monsters legal welterweight. No restrictions. Random welterweight would confuse the hell out of passerby. I think anyone would, though. I don't think anything's gonna matter. Welterweight is not a good indication of what the game is capable of and like what we see in competitive play. So there's definitely some like merit to that. Loser stays on welterweight? Oh, baby. That sounds fucked up. I don't think we're going to do that for that. That sounds fun, like, in the future, though. Stats for welterweight? 1999 stat cap. Stats at 100 and below don't count. You can't counterpick. Like, everything is a counterpick, rather. There's, like, a triangle of 600 power, 600 skill, 600... life, or like 700 life, as like that's kind of the tank. And then you have a monster that has like full speed and like 1 life and some power and skill, and then you have one that like splits the difference, and that's like tanks tend to lose to withering, which is like the high speed monsters. They like really focus on withering, but the tanks beat the monsters that don't go wholeheartedly into speed. And the monsters that don't go wholeheartedly into speed, but go somewhat into speed, tend to beat the withering builds. Because they don't have to hit too often, and they can dodge. Okay, prediction is live. Who do you guys like? I think Loser Stay On would be perfect for keeping Melners and Nagas and such in check. Okay, we're not worried about keeping stuff in check. For a one-off tournament, we want to see the fucked up shit. I do think Tank Melner will be, like, by far the best monster. Like, I don't know how you're gonna beat that. But I think Uncle Cracker has a chance. Uncle Cracker's still sitting in one of my files. 72% on Brad Ward. Uncle Cracker might be, like, one of my favorite monsters I've ever made. I, like, really, like, eschewed the, like, basic tank format and was like, what if I gave my monster 900 power? And instead of like having 700 skill or whatever, I had less, but then just focused on techs that are really accurate. So he can still like one-shot tanks. Kokoro wins after getting hit with the death thrust. Can he do it again? Power again? No power this time. Oh, the triple stabs. Brad Morton finishes it off. He learned his lesson from last time. Straight and dash straight will fuck up low life builds for sure. Yeah. The third death thrust in 3 games. No power again. What do we see this time? Kokoro's got the guts. Is he going to swing? Face attack. Ooh, needs one more to win it. The 2 face attacks. Kamikaze, 69%. Pretty nice. Misses. He's still in it, though. Still got grit as well. The smash is going to land. Brad Warden takes it. Very, very close. Dodges the 69% to win. And our last match of the night, we got High Flames and Baron. So this is a match. We haven't really seen Baron struggle because of that low power, but we're going to see it here. Prediction is live. What's actually kind of funny about this build, and is not like intuitive just by looking at it, is that this defense isn't actually doing as much as you would think, because a lot of damage mitigation comes from having high power. Power mitigates damage versus other power attacks. Just like intelligence mitigates damage from other intelligence attacks. That was another thing that was like kind of funny watching a German play. He kept talking about how intelligence worked like special in Pokemon Gen 1, where it's like intelligence is damage and, you know, defense versus intelligence attacks. And it's like, he's close. That's not really right, but he's close. It does mitigate damage from intelligence attacks. Get so happy every time I see another sniper pop out. Means I'm not the only no-lifer. Yeah, it's a tough build, man. 92% on Eye Flames. Here we go. Million stabs. Yeah, that's... Angry Trample. So, I don't know. He's living, but at what cost? Eye Flames takes game number 1. Trample's going to be hard to get around. He needs to slash combo. Rolling slash? Okay. I was gonna say not a bad opener, but absolute worst case scenario. Oh my god, that poor guy. Oh no. All right. He swung. He tried. Video games, man. That's it. The tournament's over. I'm just gonna do a quick look. See where we're at. Final standings. Data Phantom, Ocean Larry, Icaramba, and Mana LaPrancha. With the 3-0s. Like that. Don Quixote strength, baby. And then, unfortunately, we got Borbid Torpor, Stormtide Midori, and Ragnarut with the 0-3. Though Ragnarut, honorable mention for best set of the night. 100%. Oh. Fun tournament. I hope you guys enjoyed. It was a lot of fun. I'm excited to go to bed, though. I feel really burned out and tired. And I didn't do a lot of work this week, so I don't have a huge, like a really good excuse for being as tired as I am, but sometimes you're just tired. Let me pay out. Okay, I paid out. Let's find someone to raid, and then I'll call it a night. And then we'll be back tomorrow, and tomorrow we will be raising a monster blindfolded to compete versus Germa and Vinny and all of their monsters once they become available. That's going to be a lot of fun. Oh, my boy Riddles is playing? Yeah, okay. Let's go raid Riddles. He's grinding for Evo. It's so funny because like Riddles has become like an actual like high level, well known Street Fighter player and Smash player, though he doesn't play Smash very much anymore. And when Macho and I were at Combo Breaker, Riddles just found me while we were sitting at a table. I was like, "Oh my God, Nash, you're here! Holy shit!" And then he sat down with us and we were talking and stuff. And then Macho like typed in like the group chat like, "Nash is talking to Riddles. They know each other. What the hell?" He was like, "Holy shit!" Anyway, yeah, I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a fun night. Hope the rest of your night and your sleep is very fun and you have cool dreams. See ya.